Halo teman-teman, di video kali ini aku akan membagikan untuk StadiumServer Liga Italia untuk tutorial pasangnya. Sama kayak kemarin itu kan aku pernah membagikan untuk StadiumServer dari Premier League. Sebenarnya sama, ini nanti kalian jadiin di satu folder. Contoh kalau Liga Italia kan Serie A, kalian bikin folder Serie A. Ini nanti kalian cut semua, kalian taruh di folder Serie A. Nanti mapnya juga akan aku berikan, jadi tinggal kalian kopas saja biar mudah. Oke, kita tunggu dulu untuk proses ekstraknya. Oke, udah selesai. Berhubung ini aku udah pasang, udah coba, jadi nanti kalian select aja, kalian cut semuanya, kalian taruh di folder seeder kalian, folder konten stadion Serie A tim seperti ini. Kalau untuk kalian yang udah pasang, contoh kalau kalian udah pasang, kalian pengen update-nya seperti ini. Contoh yang sama ini GB Stadium ini kalian cut, kalian masuk ke folder ini. Yang lama dihapus boleh, ditimpa juga boleh, kalian pastakan seperti ini. Oke, cuma seperti itu untuk tutorial update-nya. Untuk tutorial installnya kurang lebih seperti tadi. Jika kurang jelas tanyakan di komentar. Mari kita cek di in-game-nya, tapi untuk nggak semua stadion, jadi lihat nanti durasinya. Oke, kita cek aja di in-game-nya. Let's go.
Well, a warm welcome one and all on what has been an horrendous, wet evening. Thankfully, this rain has been deemed to be within reasonable limits, and after an inspection and all the regular formalities, the teams were handed in on time, and the all-important go-ahead was given. Bit of disruption, of course, for those travelling in the direction of the ground. The crowds have taken a little longer than usual to get in and to settle down, but thankfully that is behind us, and we are on track. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world, and boy does it add to the occasion. Atalanta have opted for a 3-5-2 here, Jim.
It's a setup that's been enjoying quite a renaissance in recent times, and one that complements the counter-attack very nicely, with two strikers, two wing-backs, and potentially two runners from central midfield. You can...
Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. They are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great sense of drama here, a great sense of excitement and expectation. The Estadio do Dragão in Porto, distinctive in so many ways by comparison with its Lisbon rivals. Bologna have opted for a 4-5-1 formation, it appears, Jim.
Well, the lone striker has to be prepared to do some of the work himself, but essentially he needs two of the three central midfielders to make runs beyond him and trust that the wide men can service the penalty box.
For those who are exposed to the elements, I'm afraid that the clouds have opened up and it is teeming down here. There are some fans who are going to get very, very wet. Having said which, there are almost no empty seats. It is a terrific turnout under the circumstances. There's nowhere else to go, in truth, if you want to see this much anticipated game. So, come rain or come shine, we are here and really looking forward to it. This place simply a monument to the game. So much prestige, so much pride, so much passion whenever football is played here. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground.
To you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid. And the folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town. And the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too. And all of it adds up to make a terrific and crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. We are in the port city of Porto, and this, unmistakably, the Estadio do Dragão. Blue, certainly the colour. And from the team sheet, we derive that they are going with a 3-4-3 formation, Jim.
Yeah, Peter, and I would say that this setup is probably mostly geared to the front three. I think keeping them busy with chances is obviously...
Well, what a lovely, lovely day. Absolutely glorious weather here as we welcome you to a football match of considerable significance, great consequence in this part of the world. They've been talking about this one for a while and they have rolled up to it in fantastic numbers. You should have seen the roads outside the ground in the hour or two leading up to it. It has been bumper to bumper, the traffic has been extraordinary, but the level of expectation is also very, very high. And these supporters who were queuing round the block for their tickets as soon as we knew the date of the fixture, well, now they can't wait for it to begin. And begin it will any second now. Well, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. Salernitana have opted to go 3-4-3 by the looks of it here, Jim.
Yeah, it's one of these systems, Peter, where the front three are obviously the headline makers, but the back three have considerable responsibility and pressure on them. So a strong voice is needed to keep everyone switched on to their defensive duties. Everybody has to kind of play their part in getting behind the ball.